wives are black and brown.
That's right.
And we are faithful to our wives.
That's right.
So any black man say, oh, it's hard to be faithful. That's BS. It's easy to be faithful if you roll in the spirit of Christ. I ain't weak. I'm strong. I'm strong and I'm righteous. Read.
To observe to do all his commandments.
Listen up, Arthur. Come on.
And his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Read that last part. I know Arthur gonna get this right away. Read the part that said all these.
That all these curses.
Stop. Arthur, what is a curse, Arthur?
Something that's placed on you.
It's placed on you. So is winning $1 million a curse? Or if you, let's say for example, you're walking down the street and you find $100. Is that a curse or a blessing? Okay, all right. So if I go into your house, knock on the door, right? Put a gun in your face, take your whole family, move into your house, and move you into the basement. Is that a curse or a blessing? Because why? Curses are what? I don't want to say it for you, Arthur. Come on. A blessing is a what thing? Is a good. And what's a curse? I know you know that. But now, Arthur, now I'm going to take it to the next. That's elementary. Read this. Read it again.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now I'm going to read some curses. And I want you to start to make some connections between your mother's life. You remember your grandmother? I want you to remember your mother, your grandmother, and any men that's old in your family. And I want you to see if they lived through some of these things. Because you're living through them right now, you just don't know it. Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
What does that mean, Arthur? Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Let me help you out. I'm going to give you one cursings. One cursings is in this city of New Orleans, 70% of black women do not have husbands that live in the house. 70% are high. Here's another curse. In the black community in New Orleans, right? We have the highest rate of AIDS and STDs in this city. And all of, besides Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is horrible. In this city, it is very hard to find a black boy that is funneled into high classes. They're usually channeled into low classes. They're channeled into they push them into ADHD programs. They push medications on them because they don't know how to act in class, because they got white people in white situations trying to raise them. They read it again.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
What does that mean, cursed in the field? All right, well anyways, this is a human zoo, but that's okay. You look here, right, Arthur? If you look here, this is an Arab slave master. And behind him you see crops. So in this country, I'm gonna bring it to today. What is the South known for historically with a crop that we were forced to pick? I'm gonna help you out, but I want you to try. Let me give you one. You ever heard of cotton? Black people pick cotton. You ever heard of sugar cane? You ever heard of tobacco? Today they smoke cigarettes. Our forefathers worked from before sunup sometimes till after the sun went down, for no money for white people on places called slave plantations. Right here in Louisiana, there's multiple slave plantations. The Whitney plantation. What's the other one? Destrehan plantation. All throughout these areas, black folks, we worked and we were cursed in the fields picking cotton, picking sugarcane, picking tobacco. Okay, many different things. Read on.
Cursed shall be the basket in thy store.
So you know why most, Arthur, you know why many and most black, when I say black, I'm talking about us. Black is a color. You're more than a color, Arthur. Why do most so-called black businesses fail in the first 3 years? Okay, and okay, yeah, okay. But God's telling us why. He's telling us why our businesses don't work. Read it again.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Now the basket is talking about your things you gather with, and the store is talking about your business. So even your farms and your businesses, Arthur, if we didn't keep God's laws, we fail. We've been failing all the time we were brought to this country.
Right.
Read it again.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Come on.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Now if I take an apple, me and you get an apple, and I take a seed, what happens to that seed if I do the right thing? What happens to it? So, very good. What is the fruit that I could give off? You, when you get 20 years old, we have fruit that we could give off. I'm gonna tell you. What is my seed that I could plant that could grow something? It's how you were born. Read it again.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Read it again.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
So you telling me that I got an apple that comes off me? Does a cherry come off me? What do I plant that will grow into something like fruit? The seed, which is your sperm. So you are your father's seed. I am my father's seed. Read it again.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land.
So the fruit of that body, meaning our children, would be cursed. That's why there is such a high incarceration rate of young black teenagers in New Orleans, young black teenagers in Chicago, in Detroit, in Cincinnati, and Akron, and in Miami, and in Tallahassee, and in Baton Rouge, and in New York, and in Hartford, Connecticut, in Los Angeles, in Seattle. It's all over. Black boys like you get channeled into the prison system. Why? Because our sons and daughters are cursed. You know how you reverse that curse? Keep God's commandments. Learn his laws and apply them. Don't follow a multitude of evil. Don't give with them wicked niggas. Yo, you come with us, you can get paid. I'll give you $500. You just roll with me. Just be the lookout. Nah, nigga, my fight, that ain't worth me. I'm going to make millions of dollars one day. I'm going to have a business. I'm going to get a degree. I'm not risking that for this. I'm too strong of a young man to follow that. And then ask the brother, what happens if this goes wrong? What you going to do? They never have a backup plan. Read it again.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
What is the fruit of my body and your body that we can give off? Which could make what? Make your children. Very good. Seed which will make children, Arthur. Read on.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Now get to 32. Listen up, Arthur. This is going to prove to you why do these things happen? That's a good spirit you got, young man. Read.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So our sons and our daughters were given unto another people. Look, did we want to get on these boats and go across the ocean to work for white people did we want to do that? Hell no. Read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
We were given to our enemies, brother, to be servants, to learn their ways. We learned that Jesus is white from them. We learned that God loves everybody from them. We learned that there's equal justice in America when during the 4th of July, we were in slavery and they want us to celebrate their firework BS. No, we was getting them lemonade during their 4th of July. And we was working in their fields. Read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
We were given in slavery. Our children were given. Look, this is called the human zoo. I want you to look real carefully. This is not a joke. This is called a human zoo. What is a regular zoo, Arthur? Right, filled with what? Tigers, lions, giraffes, baboons. This is a human zoo. This was set up in Europe, in the Bronx, New York. This is like 100 and something years ago. The white folks came to see us. They're behind the cage. They're on what's that word? They're on display. The spectators are looking at, they're the spectacle. Look at this. Look, the mother and the child. Look at them white devils back there. Looking at them. This is a human zoo. Look, they even did it with the Aborigine tribes. Look at our brothers. There's a fence up. So this is not a good, this is a curse that happened to the 12 tribes. That's who you are. You are an Israelite in the laws of God. Give me Proverbs 7 verse 2. No, Proverbs 4 2. You ever heard that term, Arthur? You gotta live by the street code. Let me tell you something. That's stupid as hell. You know what you gotta do? You gotta live by the Bible's code. You gotta live the righteous code, which is gonna teach you how to stay away from evil. Read Proverbs 4. Let me look at it. Hold up. Yes. What? Listen, Arthur. Read 1.
Proverbs chapter 4 verse 1. Hear ye children.
You see that, Arthur? You are a child physically, but you are from the 12 tribes of Israel, commonly referred to as the children of Israel. He's telling you something. Read.
The instruction of a father.
And I'm old enough to be a father, and I'm using God's word, who is my father and your father, to instruct you as a child. Read.
And attend to no understanding.
And you better attend what you're doing. That's why you took a seat. That's what a wise man would do. He would have a seat and learn. You're wise beyond your years, young man. Read it again.
Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding.
And attend to this understanding. The Lord is going to shield you from this evil around you. I'm telling you, Arthur, you just got to apply, brother. Read on.
For I give you good doctrine.
The doctrine of God is the following. Read.
Forsake ye not my law.
So in order to forsake someone's law, meaning if I have a law and I forsake it, meaning I turn away from it, right, Arthur? Wouldn't I have to know the law first before I could turn my back on it? So what you got to do is learn God's law. It will shield you from the evil men, like Lowell brought out to you. Read.
For I was my father's son.
Right. And guess what? Most black men in America, we didn't have no father raising us. It's hard coming up without a father in the house. I know what the hell it's like. Read.
Tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, let thine heart retain my word.
So Mosiah said, let your heart, Arthur, let my heart retain these words. Read it again.
Let thine heart retain my word.
What does retain mean? If I build a retaining wall, I want to stop the dirt from going. If I retain something, I want to keep it where? Right here. Read it again.
Let thine heart retain my words. Keep my commandments and live.
So what does God want to you to retain, Arthur? Read it again for Arthur.
Keep my commandments and live.
Read it from the top for Arthur.
He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my word.
Let thy heart retain, meaning keep these words. Read.
Keep my commandments and live.
What did God want you to retain in your memory? Keep his commandments, and that's right, brother.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, His word, His word.